Good morning, good evening, and good day. Thank you so much for watching Attack Power Gaming. Today I have for you Game 1 between Insha and AS of Steel Division League Season 9. Let's dive right in. Alright, here we go. We're on Orsha North. Glorious, glorious. Always fun to watch these. And AS over here in red, oh, sorry, wrong side, is on 126th Gornostrelki on Maverick Income. And on our left side, we have Inshaaa with 14th Infantry, also on Maverick Income. So, two, again, kind of off-meta choices, though. 14th, we've now seen this twice recently. Definitely coming back strong. We haven't seen 126th this season yet, so that's definitely very exciting. I've always been a fan of this division. I'm terrible with it, but it definitely can be really fun to watch and play. Let's zoom in over here on the north for Insha here. We have some Stostrup MP44s coming in. We have a Grenadiers, a Flakvilling 20 mil, some more Grenadiers with some Panzerfaust and such. Then still sort of up north, we have Ersatz MGs, a Pak 184, and a Sichrings, one of my favorite infantry units. Towards the center, we have double Ersatz MGs, some more Stostrup MP44, and some Sichrings. Down south, then we have Pak 184 Fusiliers, Stostrup, Sichrings, a Begleit Pioneer, and a Panzer II Lukes. Up north for 126, we have BT7s, Maxims, a whole bunch of Gornostrelki, Sapody, and some normal Gornostrelki. In the center here, we have a Sniper, PTRS, and an OB. Gornostrelki DPs, M42, and Gornostrelki, and ZIS-12 coming into the middle here. PTRS, Sniper, Maxim, BT7, and ZIS-2 coming in the center. And finally down south, PTRS, BT7, some Gornostrelki DP, and Sapody coming down south. If you guys enjoy this content, hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure to check out that Patreon down south, down at the bottom, trying to hit 4,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Please help that out if you're one of the 50% not subscribed. Here we go. Focke-Wulf 189 early, but is not able to drop its bombs and hit any of this stuff. Definitely disappointing. Gornostrelkis can have a huge explosive start with these BT7s. Fastest tank in the game. Extremely fast. 80-some kilometers an hour. Yeah, 86 kilometers an hour. These things are zippy as heck. 4 GPA goes down to, I assume, the OB25 there. MG42 pinning down some of those Sapody running down the road here. Always so much to see at the beginning. Something died here. The BT7. There's a BT7 here pushing forward that got killed by the Pak 184. BT7 in the center, definitely an odd spot, but does pick off that Sickring very nice. And the Sickring just dies. So, the transport thing, the change, I love, but it just doesn't seem to always work. A lot of times things still die and just die. Like, and that shouldn't have totally died, I don't think. But maybe it only applies to PTRS and stuff, though I've definitely seen other units like get out of transport. I'm not 100% sure. Smarter people will tell me. ZIS-12 opening up on that Focke-Wulf 189. It did get its bombs off on something. I think a support weapon on the hill here, perhaps. Jeez, I gotta move so fast. Always missing something. Sniper hitting that Fusilieri DP. That's definitely not great for Insha. He just wants that for recon, not for actual fighting. This Gorno PTR is probably going to get wiped out. These are really good PTRS squads because they're double, and they are still only 15 points, and you can still get them into fast transports at the beginning of the game. So they're really exceptional for the Gornostrelkis there. Begleit Pioneer, easily one of the best infantry units in the game, and most definitely in 14th Infantry. We have a P40 coming in with its 250 kilogram bomb loadout. Nice solid bomber here. Ba-boom. Nice big hit. Because they were already falling back, though they didn't take a terrible amount of damage. Gornostrelki trying to get in close. 126 definitely has the major advantage here in CQC power. Regular Gornostrelki themselves have a ton of CQC ability. That's actually where they shine, is in that CQC range. 14th, really more depending on Grenadiers and stuff, which will obviously get absolutely decimated at close range. But Stostrup MP44s are okay at close range. They're really not actually amazing. They're much better than that yellow cover, as MP44s always are. BT7 moving in here. Gornostrelki PTRS taking it to the face. Sickrings can 100% kill this BT7 if it's not careful. BT7 picked up on the infantry, I assume? But it's moving on now. In the center here, this BT7 is moving uncontested currently. This Pak 184, the only thing that will be able to stop it. This is an M42 without the APCR. Love these things. It's a 45 mil. It's the same that the Gornostrelki has. Right there. No, they have the OB25 right there. No, this is this too. I thought I could have sworn I saw an M42. There it is, right there. I knew he called one in. P40 coming in again. It's actually, it's not 250. I apologize. It's 250 plus 100, so it's a bomb loadout. But there's a flak there this time, and the P40 does get the bombs off. Wow. Totally misses and dies for its efforts. Wow. The flak not in a great spot. That's why it got through, because it had a bad line of sight. OB-25 getting hit first by the IG-290, which I believe is like the junky, like Russian support gun there that 14th Infantry is using. But it did get the first 2 shots off. OB lands its first hit though immediately, and this thing misses. That's why these just aren't that super good, comparatively speaking. Both are at 2 OB-25s, easily one of the best assault guns in the game in terms of the 1500 meter assault guns. But they trade, and they're both dead. But AS here taking a nice big chunk of ground here in the center. Not usually where you'd see. This is where I would think 14th has the advantage, is in the center, but that is apparently not the case here. Luke's goes down south here to the Pekota DPs with their PTRS there. PTRD, excuse me. Moskaya, Pekota, very solid infantry squads. Double DP machine guns. Basically like a bigger DP unit. BT-7 take out another Sikrungs in the transport. Insha definitely throwing these away a little bit. I love Sikrungs, and I hate to see them go without making a difference. BT-7 in the center did go down. Probably did this 45 mil. So that huge bulge is finally pushed back. But AS still holding a little bit of an advantage at a 13-11. Stolstrup MP44s get into the forest, and while they have their cocktails, they're solid. When they run out, they're basically useless. Bomber comes in, kind of misses again. Still safe down south, but another flak coming in. 14th Infantry a little low on AA. What it has is very strong. It's an SDK Z71 and flak and that's it. Or I guess it's just flak Trying to remember correctly. Nah, it doesn't matter. Both of them do the same thing. One just moves a little more. Gornostrelki DP getting in. These are triple DP machine gun squads. They're small though, so they do die very quickly, but they can lay down a nice bit of support. I'm not a fan of them personally, but they are solid. They're not a bad choice. Up north, a little static. Grenadier pushing forward seems a little ballsy, but this is probably just a kind of a recon push there. 14-10 for AS here so far. Remember, we are on Maverick. We're about halfway through A phase, so both players kind of, you know, not all of their points yet. Komrote gets caught out here by the Sikrungs. Luckily, it didn't die in the transport. But with triple infantry squads shooting back at these Sikrungs, they're going to obviously get pinned first. But we notice that they don't do a ton of damage because, again, they just don't have a lot of range damage. The DT machine gun buffed a few patches ago, so it's definitely not an embarrassment anymore, but it's still not super duper strong. It's not like MG42 level or anything. Up north, we do have a push here now by Insha, trying to push AS off of this hill, which is very big to push off this hill, because you also picked up 2 flags here, and then you're threatening this 3rd one. Panda 2 Lukes are basically uncontested. The DPs can, like, deal with them with their PTRDs, but it's not easy. They're not easy kills, to be sure. Ash has reinforcements coming in here. Zis-12s are absolutely phenomenal. These are very dangerous AA pieces. Similar in deadliness to the Flakmerlings, really. A little bit less, but still way up there, so AS has to be careful. Gornos get hit by the cocktail. They're forced to move, so they don't get their TNT off. The other Sapney moves forward, needs to pause so it can actually throw its satchel there, but Insha on his micro getting away before the TNT can be thrown. Very nice heads-up play there. Always nice to see players being on top of that micro. Insha making progress on this hill. AS still holding this middle flag here, so he's getting the 13-11 along with... No, that's the only flag. Oh, this one. That's both of these flags, technically. So back to a 12-12 now, because both players hold one of their opponent's flags. BT-7 does go down to that Sikrungs. Love these things. That AT on these is so great. Moskaya Pekota really need to get into some cover before they engage the Sikrungs, even though they definitely have the superior loadout. The difference in cover is massive. The Stolstrup MP44 kills that Gorno before it can get off its TNT. Very nice kill there. Insha picking up another flag here. Flakverling moving forward to cover this push. P40 still gets his bomb off, but he's got to be careful. Oh, nope, BF-109 in, and the P40 goes down again. That's 2 P40s down now for AS. Those are some big losses. Not cheap to lose planes like that. Gornostrelki DP getting pushed back. Normal Gornos probably would have been better here because it's actually like a CQC fight once you get into that forest. AS still holding the 13-11, but that's definitely tenuous at best. Gornos versus Stolstrup MP44. Once they are out of Molotov cocktails, they'll get absolutely wrecked by the Gornos at close range. But it looks like they will get their second Molotov off here, and the Gornos will go down because of it. Yeah, these Stones Troop are basically just like Molotov cocktail throwers. That's all it's for. It's not the guns are like kind of there. Baglite Pioneer versus these Moskoya Pekota. Baglite has the 100% advantage. Should be able to delete one of these for sure. And well, with this one already kind of suppressed, it might be able to just take both of these out at once. Pekota do fall back in time, so reduce the damage from that TNT and don't get wiped out, which they would have otherwise. Gornos, double Gornostrelki squads in now, and with the Stolz Troop out of Molotovs is pretty useless. Luke's goes down to the M42, and the Gornos are absolutely wrecking these infantry in the woods here. Moskaya Pekota versus just the Baglite, though, not a great matchup here. Although MP44s are not incredible in the deep forests, once again, falling back out of the heavy damage of the TNT there. Remember, when your troops fall back, they take significantly less damage. I want to say a 50% damage reduction, though I could be wrong, could be more? I'm not actually sure off the top of my head. They get a significant damage reduction to them, so it's always important to hit that fallback button. Uh-oh, leader getting caught up here. Definitely not good. Losing that would be a huge loss. Loses the ability to resist surrenders, and then obviously the actual, like, bonus, damage bonus. Baglites lose their 3 stars. 3 iron crosses, technically, but haven't reloaded their TNT. They still have the advantage with the MP44s, though MP44s not amazing CQC weapons. Finally, that TNT goes off and wipes out the rest of that squad. Gornostrelki will come in. They can definitely pound for pound against this Baglite, especially now that the Baglite is out of TNT. Zipping back down here. Down south, a little bit quiet at this point. Got some reinforcements coming in, but nothing big. Focke-Wulf moving in as well. Gornostrelki running into these Baglites with no TNT. The Gornos should win, although it's a triple star Baglite, so that will definitely change the equation here. Gorno's getting back up to 2 stars, but it's a little late. And the Baglites take him out. Very nice. 12-12 currently, with 1 flag here and 1 flag there for each player respectively. Gornostrelki forced back by the Focke-Wulf. No, I don't even know why it's forced back, to be honest with you. Flak Frilling catching out the Gornos, though. It's going to probably delete these. Yep, down they go. These Flak Frillings can do a ton of damage against infantry. You just obviously don't want them to die, so you don't usually put them on the front lines. Insha being very aggressive with his. Although he's got these troops way up front, so it's not like dumb aggression. It's just very forward. Insha picking up the first 13-11 for himself of the game, recapturing his center flag here, and now pushing 2 flags up north. 45 mil, picking up on what I would assume is the other 45 mil, or this Maxim across the way here. Stolz Troop gets its Molotov off and then dies. This singular Baglite, pretty useless now. If it had a TNT, it at least like could try to throw and be a hero. Not a lot here, actually, for Insha. He's really been thinned out by the constant fighting, so he doesn't actually have much. Is this 12, excuse me, pushing back that Focke-Wulf. Beat M35 taking hits from the 45 mil. God, I love 45 mils. I love them so much. For their price, they're absolutely phenomenal in every way. 45 mil versus 45 mil. This one already down to health, though, so it will definitely lose, and also it's getting pushed around by fire. JU-88 bomber coming in, gonna hit the Sapori here. Kills 1 and pins the other 2 down. Nice bombing strike there. Zipping back down south, we now have these are these like mountain guns that Gornos have, is one of the only divisions that have these things. Extremely fast fire rate at 12 rounds a minute. They can lay smoke, they have radar, they're pretty darn good. And on top of that, they're only 60 points. And they have radio. They got it all. One of the best light artillery pieces in the game. Outside of like the Italian ones, which are really disgusting. Problem is, though, he does not have any radio in range of these things right now. IG-33 probably is damaged because of these light artillery pieces. IG-290 trying to fall back as well. These are definitely a good column. They can do a ton of damage as time goes on. Again, though, they are inaccurate without the radio. All the infantry has been destroyed here in the forest now, so the Sapori's gone and everything. So Insha, even though he doesn't have a ton of stuff in there, doesn't need a ton of stuff. We're now into Phase B, a couple minutes now. So both players access to their full Maverick Doom income here. Big pile of infantry coming up there north for AS, some Begleit Grenadiers, the other strong infantry unit. We do have the SK-18s coming in. 14th Infantry, one of the only divisions that has a special up availability of this gun. Instead of having it 1, 2, 4 like it usually is, it's actually 2, 4, and 6, I think, or 2, 4, 8. The point is you can get 2 of them in Phase A or 4 of them in Phase B, which you normally cannot. You can only get 1, 2, A and B, respectively. So these are extremely good counter battery guns. We can see them already doing tons of damage here. So accurate. They just have such high base accuracy that even without the radio, they can do a ton of damage. We have off-map coming in here. 203. The 203 off-map, very, very effective. Focke-Wulf hitting a nice little bomber there on the Moskaya. But all the troops here forced to push back. He would have loved to see that Panzer II die, but it did not, unfortunately, for him. BT-7 appears to have died at some point. Some Stugs and Begleits coming in. Reinforcements way back. Expecting a big push here. Looks like Insha is trying to consolidate a little bit. The Arty War is currently being won pretty definitively by Insha here. AS's mountain guns not accurate enough at long range. They are not the best counter artillery units because of their low accuracy. Nice hit there. Infantry Blob moving in. That leader did survive, so they are getting all that beautiful veterancy. This is 2 500-kilogram bombs coming out of that Ju-88. Oh, missed all, no damage taken. And the leader is unfazed, basically, so these guys should all be safe. They should get themselves back. The Ju-88, though, goes down to the Yak-3 and Zis-12, so big loss there. 37mm moving in to try to stop these airstrikes up north. Insha now at a 14-10. SK-18s need to be retargeted. I believe these howitzers can't be counter-batteried, I believe. Because they're considered like mortars because they're lighter. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I've run into this before with some of the Commonwealth divisions with their like 25 pound, not their 25 pounders, but their lighter artillery. Whoa, big bombing strike there by the Boston. Takes out an infantry unit, pins the other one down. Very nice there. He needs to fall back this Komroti. He finally does. Moskaya Sapori get caught out by the Begleitgrens, but the Begleitgrens are at max range. They're only using their MG42, which is still effective at pinning, but isn't going to really kill a ton of stuff. SDKs at 251s here. These half-tracks are, as long as they stay out of range, of course, these guys do, the Gornostrelki have the AT grenades, but they have to get very close to use those. In this case, a AT rifle would be much more useful. Light Pioneer gonna kill off that leader. Big loss there for AS. SK-18 is finally pinned down, but the mountain guns both running out of ammo and very weakened. AS really didn't follow up on that off-map. He did the whole off-map thing and then didn't do anything with it, which is kind of a waste. Wasted opportunity there. Gorno's getting surrounded here. As if they're in close range, they beat the Begleits, but at this medium range, they get absolutely shellacked because of those MP44s and not using their own PPSHs. M42 giving some support. Boston comes in again, Flakverling trying to stop it, but these are just so fast, and these guys are so far forward. Bomber, it lands. It doesn't kill anything, though, unfortunately, for AS here. M42 is perfectly positioned to try to kill some of this light armor here, but it still has APCR on. No! No! Luckily, the Lukes gets forced back by the 37mm, because that Lukes would have wiped it out, and 37mm kills the Panzer II Lukes. Very nice. Don't see that very often, so lucky him. Double Ju-88 coming in now. Lots of bombs, along with a BF-109 to help cover that. Zis-12 is out of... No, not out of ammo yet, so it might be able to help prevent this. 37mm, obviously the main tool here to try to stop this from happening. Unfortunately, Zis-12 is a little bit too far away. Oh, nope, they do stop the one. The second one, though, coming in, probably going after that 37mm. The way those bombs are going, I have to assume... Oh, no! Death! Oh, big loss there. And now the Zis-12 is out of ammo, so essentially AA dead at this point. Yak-3 coming in to try to, try to get something back, take some revenge. But those BF-109s G4s are quite quick. And we also have a flak berling here, which is now instead going to shoot down, most likely, this Yak 3. Oh, it gets out. Whew. A lot of damage, though. It's going to be out for a while. Obviously, not worth that loss. AS, though, managed to re-grab his flags up north and has grabbed the flag down south on the opposite hill, so very nice there. And 35 at this range, if like anything comes up over the hill, can deal with it. Even the Stug, yes, the Stug technically has more armor than 80 mils, but at that range, a lot of time the M35, M3S, I hate this, I always think it's M35. The M3S will oftentimes still penetrate, though. M3S loses sight there. This is basically just a Lee. See, it's the double turret Lee thing. We have more artillery out now. SK-18s, we now have 150 mil as well. He needs to get his SK-18s firing as well, otherwise he's going to lose his big artillery. Infantry pushing the center gets absolutely destroyed by this IG-33 on the hill and here in the center. So double IG-33. This is what I expected to happen out of Inshaaa, because he definitely has the better 2K range stuff. 150 trying to fall back. 105's finally back online to do some counter battering. We have 4 artillery pieces now out of AS. Don't know if the second... It does not look... There's the second off-map. I was just saying, I wonder if the second off-map went. Lost already a chunk of the Beglite, but Panda 2 Luke's goes down as well. So, already solid. But he does... I mean, he's bringing these infantry forward. So he's doing something here, but dropping it here. Not 100% sure. North, Focke-Wulf floating around. Panda 2 Luke's now in the woods. Definitely a good spot for it, but these Gornos, if they can get in range fast enough, they can obviously kill that. 14-10 for Inshaaa, though, has now flipped the points. SK-18's trying to bite back. Tiger E coming in first of the game. We're in phase C, though, a minute, so both players now down to that 80 points, and we begin the grind. Zis-12 back online with some ammo. Good call in there. Hopefully he positions this 37 mil in some sort of less obvious spot to be killed. M3S, goodness gracious, M3S moving in to kill that Luke's too. I am so sorry. I'm sure that is obnoxious hearing me screw that up over and over again. Artillery pushing back one of the mountain guns. Certainly not killing it though yet. Pack 40 on this hill moving back into position obviously can kill that M3S. Gornostrelki goes down to that Panda 2 Luke's. M3S here up against the Panda 2. Panda 2 backs off. Right choice there. This one continues to push through the woods to try to kill this Panda 2 Luke's. This one goes down. These things are, like, way overperformed. That double gun, having 2 guns is huge. It doesn't matter, honestly doesn't matter how much penetration it has. Having 2 of them is nuts. Lower mountain guns getting some more ammo so they can start firing again. Huge pack of infantry here. We finally have some radio as well, but he's not using them. He should be pushing and continuing to push. SK-AT on the road, this is not what you want to do. Just a small note here, because anytime one of your troops comes by as reinforcements, they are liable to get hit by the artillery battery fire going for your infantry, for your artillery. 210 off map coming in. RD war continues here. Inshaaa, though, still holding that 13-11 and looking pretty strong right now, especially up north. Inshaaa has a huge defense down south, although AS has a very large mass of troops. But of course, attacking always requires some more troops than defending. They have successfully dodged out of range. Now, we are into... Gorno now has access to the ISU 152s and KV-85s. This is the issue, though, with picking Gorno as Maverick, is you have a hard time using these tools. Although he's bringing in 2 ISU 152s, the recent buff to these things in the price reduction definitely showing its weight here in gold. JU-88 taking a faceful from the Zis-12. 37. I don't know what the 37 mil is doing, to be honest with you. It should have plenty of line of sight, so I'm not 100% sure why it didn't get there. Ju-88 damage, so it'll be out of the action for a little while. It's not killing it, but it's definitely a step. You can see how the pace of play has slowed down significantly as both players kind of batten down the hatches for C phase here. But of course, Insha on the advantage of the 13-11 here, so he doesn't need to push as much. You know, when you do these Maverick mirrors, it really comes down to, like, who can get the early advantage, and then you kind of just sit back on it. You just have to hold. Because now that both players have lost all the extra income, forming large attacks becomes far, far more difficult, and you're kind of forced to use whatever units you have left over, along with whatever small bits you can supplement. Another very common thing is a lot of artillery, actually, because you're getting more value as the game goes on with them. And the only time you can call them in, really, is Phase B. Definitely appears that Insha brought 2 cards of Panzer II Lukes. His infantry losing this fight, which they actually will. At long range, the Grenadiers will beat Gornostrelki. And this is my issue with 126. Ooh, M3S here, finding that flak drilling. This would be a huge kill. This is, first off, extremely expensive on its own. Like, just is expensive. Boston goes down, though. Oh, no. Another Boston gonna go down here. Oh, 20 mil. The flak drilling goes down, but losing both those bombers is a massive loss. Wow, that just cut, I think, almost all of AS's air power out. So now killing that flak drilling doesn't even matter because he has no more planes to take advantage of it. Does pick up this flag here. Very nice grab there. Has to be careful, though. That M3S, while effective, is certainly not indestructible. ISU-152 pushed really far forward. Tiger catches it out. Very bad matchup here. ISU-152 goes down. That's another huge loss here from AS. He's playing pretty tight up to this point, but mistakes are starting to show here. And at the worst possible time, because replacing these losses is very, very challenging at this point. And this is where we start to see where 14th can really, like, go forever because of their 20-point infantry and Gorno's 25-point infantry. As long as Insha keeps combat at a distance, his 20-point infantry will beat the 25-point infantry of AS. And that's a big deal. Like, this is not a good matchup for these Gornos. You can see one died. Off map coming in, though, to counter these infantry. Gornostrelki goes down immediately. M3S going to take a lot of damage as well. 45 mil. Can't really do much against a lot of these targets. IG-33 spots that OB-25. Will it get the insta-delete? Delete. Gone. I love IG-33s when they do that. They often don't when I use them. But hey, you know, it's player bias, right? We all feel that way. Our opponent's stuff never misses. Ours misses all the time. One of the SK-18 has gone down, so the Arty War is actually going poorly here for Insha, despite having the much higher quality artillery. One of the mountain guns has gone down, though, for AS over here. It's not a total failure, but the 150 taking some damage. That's dangerous because that's an expensive artillery piece in the big gun there. Back to a 12-12 now. But when the M3S goes down here to this Stug 3, at this range, it will not win. It will definitely die. There we go. This flag will flick back, and Insha will pick up that 13-11 once again. Wolf coming in here. There is a 37 mil to stop it from floating. Not sure if it could have gotten bombs off or not. Probably not. But it retreats anyway. ISU-152 in a much better position here to harass the units on this hill. Puts a nice shot onto the IG-33 and deletes it. That's fantastic. He needs that desperately. These are his 2K range support. He needs them to do damage. Losing that one was a big loss. Insha does a nice little poke around with all his Panzer IIs here to grab this flag, and there's not a lot here that can actually kill those. The Gornos can, but they have to get within 100 meters. MG42s really need to be turned back on. They're on return fire. His leader, unfortunately, gets caught out first. I'm not sure if he's going to notice this in time. There we go, and he finally turns the Grenadiers back on. A 3-star Grenadier MG42 will absolutely chunk this Gornostrelki at range here, even with 2 stars. And now with the Panzer II Lukes getting involved, this combat will switch very quickly. Yep, the Lukes is just tearing through those infantry. Autocannons are autocannons. They're fantastic. Yep, look at the Panzer II is just eating up these Gornos. ISU-152 does delete a nice Grenadier in the middle there. Pack 40 in position to kill this M3S here. At least I figured that's what he was doing. It looks like he's actually shooting at the infantry. Womp womp. Off map, continuing to come down, kind of blunting this assault. The 210, that should have been its final charge there. So, blunted this defense, like, basically destroyed this defense or blunted the assault. One of the two. Sapperty takes a shot to the face. This Grenadier still in the car, in the truck. At this point, it's almost just worth just getting them out. Gornostrelki, MG42 in cover. MG42 on the hill as well. But the M3S swinging that combat. Ooh, Panda II Lukes does go down. Inshaaa losing that flag up north for the time being. A KV-85 moving in. Very strong unit for him. He's very important for killing off the Tiger and things like that. He does have Zis-2s as well. Zis-2 can absolutely kill these Tigers. But the Tiger does have 2k range, so he needs to get close for that to happen. Sikarungs taking on that M3S, and it succeeds! Yay, Sikarungs! You've done it. I can't help but root for them. They just feel like bad infantry that do really well. Underrated, in my opinion. Heavily underrated. Zenart 37 mil. It will do some okay damage to this Grenadier. And at max range, the Grenadier won't pin it down that quickly. Yep, and there it goes. Still 13-11. ISU-152 pushing way too far forward again. Pack 40 going to take this thing out. Almost definitely. Especially because the ISU keeps re-aiming and now it's falling back. It's way too late. I don't know why AS keeps pushing these so far forward. He knows that his opponent has Pack 40s and stuff. Now he's lost that ISU-152 again. He does not have the points to replace losses like that. Does manage to take out the leader up north. KV-85 supporting this push. There's really nothing else up here. Some NG-42s and stuff moving in, but they will not stop the KV-85. Double JU-88, I assume going for the KV-85 to try to stop it. Could be killing off the Gornos. One of the JUs loses sight or something and does not drop its bombs. Bombing does go well, kills one squad, pins the other down, but the KV-85 continuing to control that point back to a 12-12. The RD War has ceased for the moment. Inshaaa has stopped counter-battering these mountain guns. Now the mountain guns have been turned onto the front line troops there. Nice hit there on the Pack 40. Down south, though, Inshaaa developing his own assault here, pushing out the troops from AS. And I don't see him holding this hill right now. Just this half track is enough because there's really no other AT here other than the grenades. This too still has his APCR out again. AS showing some micro mistakes here, leaving APCR on his units all the time. You really don't want to do that. The only thing in 14th that he needs it for is the Tiger. These Lukes, if he wastes his bullets on those... There, finally. Turns out the APCR finally, like, gets it to do what it's supposed to do, which is one-shot stuff. 37 mil in a very dangerous spot. Pioneer SVT on the final, like, good infantry unit out of 14th. You have the Beglites, the Beglite Pioneers, then you have the Pioneer SVTs. 12-12 with this flag up north grabbed. But it's tenuous to say the best. 37 mil now taking it from the autocannon of the Panzer II Lukes. Very well may go down. This too probably going to go down to the machine guns of the Pioneers. But will it take its prey with it? Oh, the one autocannon shot does pin the Zis-2 down. We have another M3S in now. Flag on the hill grabbed here for Inshaaa. He is not falling. AS loses the Zis-2. Didn't fall that back. May not have saved it, but maybe it had. Maybe it would have got out of range in time. Mountain guns continuing to lay down their fire on these support weapons on the hill. Killing those is very important. A lot of infantry and stuff up north now. Inshaaa sending a whole bunch of reinforcements. This is the bonus of those 20-point infantry. At this point in the Maverick mirror. Beglite Grens need to move literally like, what, 10 meters to get in the building. But they'll win this combat anyway because the Gornos are nearly dead. 14-10 now. Pack 45 mil here. going after the M3S. Once it starts landing some hits, it probably will penetrate. There's a pen. Will it get... It will! Wow, very nice kill there. Boston coming in, finally another one of these. After the double loss of these, we haven't really seen much air power. Going after that Begleitgren, but totally misses. 45 mil waiting in an ambush spot there. Tiger's still alive, has a loader wounded though. Up north, Inshaaa with a whole pile of units once again. Moskaya Sapori, obviously not the range fighter. Even these Grenadier DP will probably beat them at range. Especially with the Lukes 2 here. Oof. Want to get those into the forest, not the edge. Grenadier DP pushing forward to try to grab some flag here. Sniper being spotted in the church tower now. Maxim as well, so the support weapons on the hill starting to open up, although he has lost his IG, lost his PaK 40, so those mountain guns doing some damage. Artillery back online over here, looks like back to the counter battery job. He needs just one hit on this with this 150 mil, and it will kill these things. It requires him to get a little bit of luck. Or a lot of it. Tons of infantry up north, 3-star infantry here, very nice. We do have the Commandant out. Love to see that. Don't see a lot of players using their commanders these days, so it's nice to see. Big veterancy bonuses. Half track, taking out some infantry, trying to chase down this 37 mil would be my guess, but unfortunately it's retargeted onto the Gorno because it's not pinned down yet. There's that MG as well. Lukes 2 grabs this town flag, and there's really nothing here holding the town now. 15-9 for the first time in the game. Double tick finally achieved here for Inshaaa. Chasing down this 37 mil, gonna grab this flag as well. And AS defense here falling apart. 150 does finally take out one of those mountain guns again. So 2 of those down. M3S trying to swing the tide up north here. Panzerschreck getting shredded. Panzer II Lukes did go down, so that's definitely solid for that M3S. 16-8 though now with this flag and the 2 town flags lost. AS now falling apart. KV-85 trying to supply the support. Not a ton it can do on its own though. Double Ju-88, and finally AS throws in the flag. Yeah, he really had no chance from that point forward. So 36 minutes, 19 seconds here. Victory to Inshaaa with 3,375 kills versus 2,110 kills out of AS. Look at the KDs, 45 mils. God, love those things. 203 got some kills. Yeah, you're not literally, the point of it's not to kill stuff, and when it does, that's definitely a big plus. M3S doing okay. ISU 152 killing some stuff. Could have been more effective if he hadn't just drove it up into the middle of the area. Over here, Sikrungs, look at that. Wow. Very, very nice. 45 mils doing a ton of damage. Begleit Pioneers, exactly what you want to see out of these units. Ju-88 with some nice kills there. IG-33, the 210, getting a couple kills. Always nice, like I said. Otherwise, very nice game out of both these players. If you guys enjoyed that, please make sure to hit that like button. You're all the way at the end of the video. You might as well subscribe if you're not doing that yet, and consider checking out the Patreon down below if you really want to support the channel. Thanks a bunch, guys. You're a hero for making it to the end, and have a fantastic day.